Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. Happy Sunday to you. Yesterday, Joe Adell, Michael Taylor, Pete Alonso, Brenton Doyle. I sat there and I said it, didn't I? I said 8-1 is crazy. He's got the power. He's got it. He's got it within himself. He just has to find a way to transfer it into the Louisville Slugger. And slugged he did. Brenton Doyle, 8-1. Feels good there. Corbin Carroll. And then I called both of my LA Dodgers picks, Ohtani and Muncy, were who I gave out. Both of them hit. And then Brandon Lau continues to crush it in games that I don't expect a ton of home runs. So there you have it, guys. Another overall decent day of picking leans. Let's look to today. Before we do that, just a schedule. I'm a schedule guy. I like to have a plan. So today is the 10th. Our deadline for joining the fantasy football leagues is the 16th. I'm giving you a little bit less than a week. It's going to be $10 a month, and there'll be $100 in prizes per league. Right now we have 2 full leagues, and I would dream of having 3. So we'll do a draft on the 22nd, a draft on the 23rd, a draft on the 24th. These drafts will be streamed live on the channel. We'll have some fun, and we'll see what happens. The season starts here. So we're getting close to football, and I cannot express to you how excited I am for that. I don't know if I even like baseball anymore. Kansas City, Minnesota. Cody Clemens, Royce Lewis. I think Urena may only go a few innings, so it's hard to tell what I like for the Royals. Bobby Witt, Salvador Perez looked okay, but overall it's just sort of a yellow game. Wind is blowing out, which should help, though. Game in New York, wind is blowing strong to left. I got it right today, left. So take right-handed batters. Yannier Diaz, Carlos Correa at 750, I think looks very good. And you'll notice that I've italicized it. While these are leans, sometimes leans lean a little harder. So Carlos Correa is an extra lean because it's Aaron Judge 230 and Anthony Volpe 650. Game in Pittsburgh, the Reds just need to go back to Great American. Is where I'm at. I don't like him at Pittsburgh. They don't like it at Pittsburgh, clearly. These have all been low-scoring, low offensive output games, and I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm not even going to humor them. O'Neal Cruz, I guess, if you have to go somebody. Game in Baltimore, wind is blowing to the left, and the high pressure could get them here. It's pretty rough in terms of the pressure, so we'll see how that affects things. Rooker and Langoliers both hit one yesterday, but they're the only guys today that look good on this lineup, so we'll go back to them. Adley Rutschman and Jackson Holiday are my leans for Baltimore, but not a game I am going to be running to. Game in Atlanta, wind is blowing kind of in and to the right, so lefties is where I would hang my hat. I'm not going to take Kyle Stowers here, and I may regret it. He was just on the fence, and I was like, my gut says just lay off. So I'm laying off Kyle Stowers, not even a lean. Jerickson Profar, Michael Harris. Matt Olson is another guy that I'm just like, where are you, Matt? Where have you gone? You haven't hit one in a little bit. You've had conditions. You've had everything in your lap. I don't know if he's hit one since the All-Star break. Maybe one since he did the home run derby in the All-Star break, but significantly lower output than we're used to from him. Game in Detroit, wind is coming in and to the left, but it's better conditions than it was yesterday, I believe. Joe Adell, Taylor Ward, again, both hit one yesterday. I hate doing that, but when they're the guys that look good and match up, I have to play today in a vacuum. I can't think about what's like what happened yesterday and the day before. I do think matters in terms of rhythm and how batters see the ball. I do think that applies, but I don't want to hang my hat on it or let it kind of sway me one way or the other. It's just something I keep in mind. I know these guys hit it yesterday, but I think they look good again today. Spencer Torkelson is an extra lean. 6-1 on BetMGM. Not that any of us can play on BetMGM. I could probably get a few bucks down for $4 max on that price. That's a crazy price for Spencer Torkelson. In conditions that are better than they were yesterday against a pitcher who is worse than yesterday, I'm very shocked at that number. So it's an extra lean for me. Game in Chicago, wind is blowing to the left. Take righties. Arias 6-1. I don't know if I've ever had him on any of these. So this could be his maiden voyage. Let's try to go 1-for-1 with, is it Gabriel Arias? Luis Robert 410 is an extra lean, and Lennon Sosa 475. Game in Milwaukee, Juan Soto, Cedric Mullins, and then Andrew Vaughn. One of my favorite plays of the day is Andrew Vaughn. It's why you got an extra lean there. The sad part is if I wanted to round robin these, it's very unfortunate because the best price for Torkelson's MGM, the best price for Roberts, Fanatics, the best price for Vaughn is DraftKings, and the best price for Correa is FanDuel. So you can kiss a round robin goodbye on the extra leans unless I'm going to sacrifice price in quite a bit of way. Game in Texas, again, these pitchers, they're throwing out their aces, or maybe these teams are just loaded with good pitching. It hasn't been super productive. You've got the Corey Seagers, you've got the Kyle Schwarbers. I like Marcus Semien today, and that's it. Game in San Francisco, there were 4 home runs yesterday. So I had to eat crow. Is that the right phrase here? Eat crow? I had to eat my words. I had to humble pie myself in the face. San Francisco don't like it for general home run output. However, yesterday it was. Josh Bell and James Wood. Finally, James Wood gets one. He has been due as due can be. And maybe that will motivate him to hit another one today. We'll see, but it's not a game that I touch. Last games of the night, we have the game in Arizona, and I've been kind of all over the Arizona games. Arizona and Colorado, I've been all over them, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and flex necessarily, but I bet if you go through the last few series of Arizona and Colorado, both respectively, you'll find that we're up money. Just saying. Mickey Moniak, Warming, Bernabel, both leans today. And then for the Diamondbacks, I think any Diamondback against Tanner Gordon is in play today. I have written down Corbin Carroll and Adrian De Castillo. Now, the problem with Castillo is he has not hit a major league home run ever. And so I'm taking a risk here. I'm going out on a limb and saying that Adrian De Castillo gets his first major league home run today on his, I believe, first appearance for the GMG Dinger Digest. Ride or don't. I prefer Moniak and Bernabel in this one. Bernabel? Warming Bernabel. Game in Seattle, we'll go back to Brandon Lau. Why not? He's been cashing tickets. Let's ride him. Yandy Diaz. JP Crawford's lean at 1060. Josh Naylor at 600. And then if you want to go with tried and true, Suarez and Cal Raleigh both look good. So nothing wrong with them. I just kind of like the value on Crawford and Naylor. Game in LA, I'm not going to test Tyler Glasnow today. Toronto has been very hot offensively. Yesterday they looked stifled. They got to then turn around and play a day game on Sunday after a late night last night against a great pitcher. I think it's a bad spot for them, so I'm staying away. Will Smith and Mookie Betts are my leans. Game in San Diego, Yoshida is a lean today at 8:30. Ryan O'Hearn, Jackson Merrill. It's approaching chase territory. I don't like to chase guys. Ryan O'Hearn is getting close to checking the boxes of chasing. You're yearning for him to hit one is what it's coming down to. So understand that we need to put an asterisk on O'Hearn and say this is maybe you reaching. Last game of the night, Sunday Night Baseball should be a good one. Typically, Sunday Night Baseball it always feels gross. It always feels premier pitching. It always feels low scoring. This one I'm optimistic for. Weather-wise, wind is blowing strong to left. I think right-handed batters get an advantage tonight. Sonny Gray and Shota Imanaga are pitching. Makes me a little bit nervous. Imanaga has been beatable this year. He is a lefty, which gives a bump to the righties. Wilson Contreras, Jordan Walker, Ivan Herrera all have my attention tonight for the Cubs, Suzuki. And hey, guys, if you want to get wild, if you want to get crazy, if you want to have the slip that you can send to... Yeah, I'll get you more milk in a second. Can you wait 2 minutes? This is her 4th glass of milk today. Her bones may turn into cast iron. She may have cast iron bones after all said and done. My wife is in a book club. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to discredit the book club, but I don't know if the emphasis is the book club or the emphasis is the hanging out. Not that either is wrong, but my wife's in a book club. I don't want to give the impression that my wife is some serial literaturist, right? She's not like she listens to a lot, which is fine. Like I can't read either. I read a page and then I go to the next page. I'm like, wait, what? I need to go read that page again. Always been the case. Always been my life. I despised reading growing up. Book reports, anything. I just can't read, especially fiction. I can't sit down and I cannot read a book that is not real. I've never been able to, never enjoyed it. One of my least favorite things of all time. She's in a book club. They had like a little breakfast get together this morning. So my daughter and I are here, and we almost crushed the video. We almost made it. And I should have done a good dad thing and gone downstairs and said, hey, I'm about to record. Can I get you anything? Can I make sure you're good? Because I need about 10 minutes and 39 seconds to get this done. But I just refilled her milk. So it's kind of bizarre. She's a chug. She's a chug captain. She's the chug captain of the milk land. Nico Horner is where I was. 15-1. You want to have a crazy play that you bet a little bit on, maybe 10 cents. He hits one, you send it to your group chat, you send it to the Patreon even. You send it somewhere, you say, look what I had. Nico Horner, 15-1 over on Hard Rock. Crazy play, right? You don't need to show your stake. Bet a couple cents on it. People don't need to know what you're betting. What matters is you made the right call. Nico Horner, big time money today. Patreon guest pick, Hefty Lefty, does a lot of research, puts a lot of work in. He posts his sheet. His sheet's better than mine. I'm not even going to cap to y'all. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm Dookie brains. Like this is cool, right? But he does like a lot of stuff. And Duran is one of his favorites today. So if you want to tail Hefty Lefty and you like what he's cooking with, fried egg, steak knife, Jarren Duran, Boston Red Sox. Have a good day. I gotta get focused and make these NFL division previews. Because the NFL season is approaching, and I love the NFL. We'll see you tomorrow.